My name is Maulik Doshi. I'm the CEO at WarpDrive TechWorks. We build CRM solutions and robotic process automation solutions for clients in a whole lot of different industry verticals. So I've been investing on KredX for a long time now. I think I was one of the early investors on KredX, so I think it's been very long. I don't even know how long it's been. So my experience with KredX has been pretty good. I absolutely love the ease of using their platform online. The way that we can invest into deals, I can see a dashboard of where all my money is invested, when it's coming back, the rate of return I've got on different days. It's been a pretty good experience. It's definitely been lucrative. So for a debt investment vehicle, it's been pretty good returns. And when I compare it to any other low risk basket of investments that I might consider, I think KredX has been pretty good by far. So I allocate my funds across different risk profiles. I've got a few investments that I'm willing to take very high risks on. I've got a few that are on lower risks. And the ones, obviously across all of these, I want to try and maximize my returns. But at the same time, I want to make sure I have a very tight control on the risk for every one of these. I don't want to end up messing up at that level. I'm okay with the returns going a little up or down, but I don't want to end up risking capital. So my apprehensions with investment choices are primarily, like I said earlier, just to do with risk. And I'm trying to control my risk as tightly and as specifically as possible. So the apprehensions come around, sometimes it's an unknown entity. I don't know where the funds are going to be sitting. I don't know how they're going to be allocated. How will they come back to us? I'm also concerned about, is the return going to be consistent? Is this a one-off? And is this something that I need to constantly track and spend my time on, or is it something that I can passively do while I continue to focus on my other work? So there's a whole bunch of different criteria I take into account while deciding where to invest and how much to invest. So KredX has helped with these apprehensions. I particularly like the deal reports that come for every single deal. It makes me feel very secure that KredX has done a lot of the homework that I would have otherwise wanted to do. And there is an additional lens I have on an investment I'm making. And sometimes there are higher risks, sometimes these are riskier bills to discount, and that's been called out to me, and it's always my choice whether I want to put the money in or not. So the relationship with KredX has been pretty good. I've got a very tight working relationship with the relationship manager from KredX, Mriti. She actively looks out for the right deals for me, lets me know as soon as there is something that matches my criteria that's come up, and works closely to make sure we're not keeping funds unallocated for unduly long amounts of time. That aside, just the entire platform is fairly easy to use, it's very intuitive. So it doesn't take up too much of my time, and I didn't really need to be trained. I just log in and you're able to figure it out fairly quickly. I've also chosen other options in the market. KredX is one of the places I invest. What I like about KredX compared to a few other similar offerings is I think the kind of deals that are put up, the fact that they are vendors selling to enterprises, which are usually brands that we recognize from day-to-day life, the fact that the platform is easy to use, the fact that it's flexible for how much I want to invest, and I'm not locking in money for unduly long amounts of time. Those are all pretty great features for me. And also I get pretty good statements out which I can just give to my accountants, and we can account it very well on our side. So my benefit has been that I've been able to get returns that are usually in the ballpark of about 12% while still investing in a debt vehicle. Usually for debt, I would have to satisfy myself with something around 6 to 8%, maybe up to 9%. But when this goes up to 12%, if you realize it's 9% versus 12%, this is 33% higher. And when you're investing really large amounts, every single percentage point makes a big difference. So that's been, I think, the good part of KredX, and that's how I'm happy with the returns because of that. So one of the experiences that I would share, which has been pretty good with us up to now, is I think just the flexibility of working with Smriti and Abhishek, where I've got funds invested in different accounts, different amounts. These are all getting repaid on different days or getting invested at different days. So we were all racking our brains for how do we bring this whole thing under control. And while KredX is going to improve their product to help someone like myself who's managing multiple investor names, we were able to, I think, collaborate and come up with a pretty good option of a shared spreadsheet where we've got all the different deals we've invested into, the amounts, when they're maturing, what kind of return we got. And I think just the willingness of the KredX team to come up with a solution that was specific to me, even though they've got a standardized platform, to still go out of the way and make something comfortable for me was a pretty good experience. I think I read about KredX raising some investment on one of the different tech news properties there are. That then stoked my interest. I went in to see, well, what is this platform about? I looked up who the investors are and what they're set out to do, what the founders have, what their backgrounds are. And then decided to start with investing a small amount. And that went on pretty well. So over time, I've grown my exposure to KredX significantly. But it was a very innocuous surfing of the internet, some article I read somewhere that got me started. I already have, and there's, I think, a lot of my friends, business associates, etc., who invest with KredX. A lot of them are also considering to become vendors and take advantage of how you're able to get this aggregated bill discounting in one place. So I do actively recommend it, and I think I will continue to.